This is a live audio recording for the 16th of April 2019, a Tuesday. Today was a rough day if I'm being honest, just with the end of the semester stuff mashing up with the making of summer plans and scheduling vacations and making sure I have a job for this summer has made the last few weeks absolutely insane. So after working on and finishing one project already this week, I had to meet up with my group for Com 267 on our final media writing project. I was just already in a bad mood, you know. Once I met up with all my group mates, I had this feeling of negativity and failure. There was a lack of hope for grades and school in general. And I guess Tammy noticed this and asked me if I was feeling okay. And of course I was like, yeah, I'm fine. But eventually we started discussing grades. We were mainly talking about our Com 267 grades, since it's the one thing we have in common. Well, it turns out that all of us are really struggling in this class. And despite the grade discrepancy reports and our complaints to the instructor, we're just not going to be able to make it. So for a while we just sat around talking about how mad we were and unfair it was that one class would affect our GPA in such a negative way. We really didn't get much done in the way of work, so we ended up just calling it and going our respective ways. Well, I don't know about the others, but I'm sure we all felt this same sense of continued frustration over Com 267, and I took it upon myself to talk to the professor instead of suffering in silence. So I headed to her office around 3 or so, and I was starting to feel hungry since I skipped lunch, and I was already internally complaining about the distance I have to walk every day, and the sun was out, so it was just a bad experience. But I walked up to Winston, all the way to Reagan's door, and then I decided, what would my complaints do? I was the one responsible for my grades, so the suffering is of my own creation. I have to take responsibility for myself. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's her fault that I'm going to fail. Maybe she just made the grades bad for her own reasons. It has nothing to do with the quality of my work. I could just feel the sense of anxiety growing when I was near the door. Just waves and waves of panic and frustration. And I didn't feel like I could handle everything that was going on, and I needed to take control over things. I had to take charge of my own life. My vision got kind of red. My blood was just probably coursing through my head and my eyes and just clouding my vision. And then I just left. There was just so much emotional saturation. I left Winston and started jogging down Hillsborough, just to try to breathe and clear my head. I ran for a bit until I subconsciously made it close to my apartment. I still had some emotional baggage left over from today, and it felt almost like some form of guilt. And I knew that today I had to sit down and record some kind of account of what happened. I just want to be able to listen back and remember that when I get frustrated in the future, that things have absolutely been worse.